But first, a national push is underway to legalise same-sex marriage at a state level. It comes after an inquiry found the issue doesn't have to be left up to the federal parliament, and there's already talk of a conscience vote in New South Wales before the end of the year. We're joined now by Ivan Hinton from Australian Marriage Equality. Good morning, Ivan. This is terrific news for same-sex couples.
It's just wonderful. It was expected. We anticipated that there was going to be a recognition that marriage equality was achievable on a state level, and it's fantastic that New South Wales has come to that realisation.
We are really lagging behind the rest of the world in same-sex marriage trends, aren't we?
We are. Our closest allies, the US is moving towards marriage equality. England, Wales, Canada, New Zealand, our closest allies. They've all achieved marriage equality. They've all had this discussion and they've all realised that marriage equality is the way to go.
If this issue has now moved from a federal level to a state level, I mean, is there any chance that later on in the future the federal government could step in and overrule these state laws?
Well, what the federal government needs to do is actually have leadership on this issue. What we need on a federal level is for Tony Abbott to have a conscience vote. While we don't have the opportunity of a conscience vote with all major parties on a federal level, the states are stepping in. Now, the states realise that they have that opportunity since John Howard in 2004 narrowed the federal definition of marriage to being between a man and a woman. And so because John Howard narrowed that definition, that's where the states can really step in. So now this is actually a jurisdictional issue of the states.
We're just looking at this graph on the screen now. 64% of Australians support same-sex marriage. I also read on your website that legalising same-sex marriage could lead to a $700 million boost in the wedding industry.
Well, it's certainly an issue, particularly for tourism states like Tasmania. It would be a massive boost to their tourism coffers. But that's not the major issue. No. The major issue is about opening Australia's hearts and minds to the idea of sharing the institution of marriage to people just like me.
Of course, of course. Thank you for joining us, Ivan.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it.